My name is Chris Trueman. I'm an artist with White Box Contemporary. I recently opened an exhibition called Lineage. It's a little bit of a play on words, the use of the line, but also it deals with the lines of thinking behind these various art historical styles that are referenced throughout the individual paintings. I began painting when I was about 18 years old. And so I went to the San Francisco Art Institute originally for painting, and while I was there, I ended up switching to a double major with digital media. And I think that some of that thinking about digital media and that sort of aesthetic ended up staying with me, and I think it's sort of, in a way, it is still a part of the work. So after graduating from the San Francisco Art Institute, I took some time and did some traveling, and then I applied to Claremont Graduate University for my graduate studies. Graduated there in 2010. Since then, I've been working and painting and doing shows since. How I start most of the paintings is an underlying gestural or expressionistic underpainting. And what that means is that I'm taking fairly heavy paint, large brushes, trowels, squeegees, various tools, and I'm making a sort of a quick, expressive set of marks to then build layers upon afterwards. The way that the lines work is that it's all based on taping. I have everything from a 32nd of an inch thick tape all the way up to 2-inch tape or 5-inch tape. But what that allows me to do is it actually allows me to I can gradate if I'd like, all the way from a super fine line all the way up to a line that is several inches thick. With this, I think some of the interference and some of the lines that I'm employing have a very screen-like aesthetic to it. If you've noticed, most of the paintings are in a portrait format. And I don't think of my paintings as having a top or a bottom because I'm spinning them as I make them. So they're constantly shifting. I'd like to look at it more as like you'd look at an aerial photo. You could come in from the north or you can come in from the south, but your orientation isn't like looking at a picture of a landscape per se. You can spin them, you can hang them upside down, I don't want that attachment to the ground that a lot of paintings get. I think people try and make sense of art, and especially abstract art, and so sometimes I have people say, "Oh, I see faces in your paintings," and I think that's just natural to try and pick something out and to understand it and to relate to it, But that's, I would never tell somebody that I'm in charge of the way that they view the paintings. I want everybody to have their own experience of the work. You get a sense that there's something there. There's a transmission of sorts that happens through the underpainting, but you can't quite build it, you can't quite complete the image in your head because you have to deal with this interference by the layer of stripe and moiré and optical pattern over top. Well, I think for me it's really important to stop in the middle of production of this work to do this show and to kind of take a breath and look at the work and rethink what it is I'm doing and I'm shooting for. I ended up deciding to step up the scale in this show. That most of the work is larger than I usually work, and I think it's a little bit more bold too. I think I put myself out there and really took some risks in the show, and I think that it paid off.